welcome back to Couples Consoling Plays Pokemon Blue Nuzlocke Corona Quarantine Edition.
I'm Allie.
And I am interested in what the future holds for us.
Like in Pokemon or in life?
Interested in Pokemon, scared in real life. You see, we are about to have a lot of options that we did not have, because on this route, we can get the Super Rod. And I've been looking up what we can get with the Super Rod, and we can get some cool stuff. Here's the rub, though, okay?
Okay.
We can better guarantee we get specific stuff if we also get the Good Rod, which is in Fuchsia City, which is at the end of this path that a Snorlax is blocking. So, today's goal is to get to Fuchsia City and catch a Snorlax on the way there.
Okay.
Also, you might notice we don't currently have Best Girl on the team because Avian Flu is out for the moment.
Yes.
Just the moment. Because the completionist in me knows that in order to do everything we want to do and catch everything we want to catch in this game...
We need Fly?
Cain and Abel have that. No, we need Avian Flu to become bigger.
Pidgeotto?
Yes.
Okay.
And this is also a good chance, I believe, to get some levels for Quasimodo, who I think badly needs them, and who I also think should be the key to catching Snorlax.
Okay.
Because Snorlax likes to sleep. So let's...
Which I relate to.
On a very spiritual level.
On a very deep and spiritual level.
Yeah,
yes.
you know, my parents... Why does it no peck? God, whatever. Fine Whip?
Fine Whip. You were saying about your parents?
They did... God damn it, critical hit. They were aware of how much I liked Pokemon, but not necessarily aware of much about Pokemon. Heal up.
Yep.
They were aware of Snorlax. My dad very much likes Snorlax. And as you put it, you admire the Snorlax lifestyle.
That is correct.
So if we do catch a Snorlax, it'll be our encounter for this route, I do believe. Fine Whip?
Fine Whip.
But it would be very nice to catch one, to have one, God damn it, potentially on the team. Oh, wait a minute. There's something you can do in Gen 1.
What?
Poke-Flute.
Oh, shit. Can you not do that in later generations?
Nope. Well, especially because in Gen 2, they turned the Poke-Flute into a radio station. And I can do this all day, motherfucker. All day.
Are you just gonna buy a recorder and play it very loud in my ear when I go to sleep?
Oh, that's a good idea. God! Poliwag! Poliwag, what are you doing?
Poliwag only has so many of those, motherfucker.
Listen, we've got Hypno for this. Finally. What the fuck is going on, game?
I don't know.
At a certain point, just admit that you're fucked.
Did you ever see, it was a post of a Frozen Elsa recorder.
Oh, yes, I've seen
And it was
this.
captioned, "Do you have a friend with kids? Do you hate that friend?"
So, I know, like, the sweetest older woman who has done volunteer sea work alongside me. Doesn't have a mean thing to say about anyone. Until you mention Frozen and how much her grandkids will not stop listening to it.
Do you feel like when they wrote Into the Unknown and made it really hard for kids to sing, they were like, yes, we're gonna torture the parents with the "Whoa," which I can't do because I'm tone deaf, but...
You know, I don't know. For those of you who don't know, Into the Unknown is one of the more popular songs from Frozen 2. Which, what did you think of Frozen 2? While we're inside, we're watching movies, what do you think of Frozen 2?
I think Frozen 2 had a lot of problems.
Mm-hmm.
There were, like, way too many plot points going on. Mm-hmm. Also, they went super dark, and then we're like, oh fuck, kids are watching this, we need to scale back.
And undid it all?
It got, like, suicidal, and, like...
Yeah, yeah, but, like, okay... I'm not sure I've ever seen a more up and down movie. Like, the first half of it, I would give like a 2 out of 10. They're throwing too much at you, none of it seems to matter. They're relying on bad sequel tropes. That's annoying.
Yeah, and like, the whole Into the Unknown song, it's like, hi,
comes out of nowhere.
Crazy disembodied voice that I shouldn't be listening to, but I'm bored, so I'm gonna follow you. That's the entire song.
Here's the thing. Once the plot picks up and they get to, like, this old shipwreck in the middle of the movie, God, you want to actually use an ether for once?
It gets really grimdark, like...
But I like it a lot past that point.
They watch their parents' deaths in, like, a vision, and...
Well, because at that point we were thinking, oh, are they going to undo their parents' deaths? And
spoiler alerts. Elsa fucking dies for a bit.
Well, for a minute. She gets better. But, like...
And then her sister goes, like, on a suicide mission.
Yeah.
Not like, oh, yay, girl power, girls are brave. It's, I literally have nothing to live for, so I might as well die destroying this thing.
But, so, here's the thing. Past the ship, I quite like the movie until, like, the last 5 minutes of the movie, at which point it dips down again. But that is a mixed bag of a movie on par with the Digimon movie, to my mind.
But
except the Digimon movie has an excuse.
We were sitting next to, like, this 5-year-old girl who was so scarred when Olaf died.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Spoilers.
I mean, like, it's out. Come
he gets
on.
better.
Anyone who hasn't seen it by now.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But, so, we're both big movie fans, but we haven't watched many movies in quarantine yet. I think that's about to change, especially because of the movie we just watched last night.
We watched Shin Godzilla.
For the first time. Now, I was a big Godzilla fan as a kid.
Understatement, but okay.
So it's kind of weird to me that I hadn't seen it up till now.
Well, it came out in 2016.
Hey, do you want to just put Quasimodo up front?
Sure.
And we can get avian flu levels later, but I want to get Quasimodo.
Yeah, Shin Godzilla kind of flew under our radar. It came out in 2016. It's based on the 2011 Fukushima nuclear power plant.
Well, sort of.
It's inspired by that. There's a lot of imagery similarities.
Japan has very, very complicated relationships with nuclear power.
As they should.
And, oh my god.
They're allowed to.
That move... Hey! Critical hit. Shin Godzilla is not a movie that could have ever been made anywhere besides Japan.
That is true.
And another thing I really liked about it was how much it took human tragedy seriously.
Yeah, so in this Godzilla film, yes, there's Godzilla, and yes, it's horrifying. It was like the most visceral Godzilla movie I've seen.
Yes.
But it was the government trying to, like, launch a response, and, like, how are we going to evacuate people?
And, like, that's actually pretty smart.
Because it makes sense. That's, like, that's the most realistic way to do a Godzilla film.
I mean,
they show, like, people in, like, you know, lines for military rations. And,
yeah. And, like, it's sort of like...
They're talking about the crumbling economy and how, like, millions of people will be unemployed and have to evacuate Japan.
Well, and Japan's post-war relationship with the rest of... Fuck you, Poliwag.
With the
rest of the world, yeah.
There's this one character, I forget her name exactly, but she is the...
Oh, Kayoko.
Kayoko, the presidential... Kayoko Patterson, the very young, very hot U.S. Envoy to the president. And... we're watching this, and she's supposed to be, like, American and, like, give a lot of gratuitous English, and I'm like, okay, the English in this movie's real bad. And then I learned she didn't speak English and wasn't told there was English in the part until after she was cast. So the fact that she pulled that together, I'm actually very impressed.
But, disaster movies in the U.S., I feel are, like, disaster porn.
The disaster is the part you want to watch, in theory.
Yeah. But it keeps you away, in my opinion, from thinking about, like, actual tragedy.
Well, this is sort of
and having empathy.
Well, yeah, so this brings me to an interesting point, which I call the Man of Steel problem.
Yes.
Which is, when Man of Steel, the Superman movie, the grimdark one, came out, they show Superman fight Zod and, like, destroy the city. Like, the death rates are... and they don't really acknowledge it. They're like, yay, victory! But it's like, You know that picture of SpongeBob? Like, we did it, Patrick, we saved the city, and
yeah,
it's
and
burning.
everything's, yeah.
So, like, I've noticed in a lot of disaster and a lot of, like, action movies going forward, they will say, oh, we've evacuated the city.
Yeah.
So that when buildings are crushed under the feet of giant robots, you don't have
or
to be...
whatever.
Or whatever. It's less like, oh god, people are dying right now.
Or there you get movies that just, like, gloss over the human suffering of it. We are out of Vine Whip. Horsey will die if we just poison it. Come on! Why are you being difficult?
But, yeah, so, like, a lot of like, they're either, like, over the top, like, death and destruction, or they kind of gloss over the fact of, like, mass casualty and economic ramifications.
The economic fallout, which we're living through. We're living through the economic fallout of a natural disaster, even.
That is accurate.
I want Quasimodo to get the experience. I don't want to share... Come on! There we go! There we go!
Alright, okay. I'm trying to think...
We're gonna go to the Pokemon
what
Center
other
after
movies
this.
we've seen
Well, I mean...
that are, like, sort of disaster. So there was the 2014 American Godzilla, which I will always be mad at.
That was terrible.
So in the trailer, however, before the movie came out, there was the theatrical trailer, which promised two things. Two very easy things to deliver on.
Yeah.
Bryan Cranston as the lead scientist, awesome, cool, he did a great job, and Godzilla. Guess what we got? Spoiler alert, Bryan Cranston dies in the first 10 minutes, and we don't see Godzilla until the last 10 to 15 minutes.
And, like, all the things in the trailers where you see a guy talking about, like, monsters, they're talking about these bug monsters.
Yeah, that, like, have no bearing on...
Well, they aren't embedded in the public psyche.
Yeah, so... Then there's the new one with,
Well,
like...
wait.
Laura Dern, which we haven't seen.
We have not seen that one, but I think it's important to talk about just the cultural difference versus Shin Godzilla and the...
American Godzilla?
Yeah, not the one that came out in the 90s.
Not the Matthew Broderick one, the new one.
Yeah.
The first new one with Bryan Cranston and all that.
Because there's some important cultural stuff
And
to
Elizabeth
discuss
Olsen
there.
and that hot, very generic-looking military dude who was the star for some reason.
So here's the thing. Japan has had a complicated relationship in the films with Godzilla. You know, sometimes Godzilla has been an unambiguous hero, but a lot of the time, Godzilla is, you know, a natural force that isn't on our side and is often wreaking destruction and havoc
and
upon
then is
us.
viewed as like a god punishing humanity in some...
Or is like a complicated metaphor for our relationship with nuclear power, or Japan's relationship with nuclear power. And in the American one, Godzilla, despite being this, like, ancient beast, is unambiguously heroic. He comes in, saves the day, and then walks off, like, carefully not stepping on the cars beneath him. Like, that is not what Godzilla should
If you've
be.
ever had a cat on a table...
Godzilla at his best should be a cat. But anyway, we're here. Okay, so I believe this thing's gonna be level 30. You think we're set for it?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. So, do we don't just click A, we've got to go and use the Poke Flute.
Menuing.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, 10 Great Balls. If we can't do this in 10 Great Balls, we don't deserve
We
this
do not
Snorlax.
deserve to be Pokemon trainers.
Smash cut to us utterly failing. Okay. Snorlax woke up. It attacked in a grumpy rage.
Mood.
Yep, as Allie has said, she admires the Snorlax lifestyle.
Yes.
Okay. So, sleep powder?
Sweet powder.
Okay.
I can't believe we're gonna get back to sleep after waking it up.
I
but-
know, but, you know, that's better than the alternatives. Vine Whip?
Fine with...
Okay. How's this thing's special stat?
You wanna grow a few
Evidently
times?
not bad. Sure, let's... I am worried about, like, full-on killing it, but... Growth again? Do you want to
Yeah.
do 2 growths or 1 growth?
1 growth.
Okay, so you want
One
a
more,
Vine Whip?
yeah. Yes. Let's do one more growth and then Vine Whip.
Okay.
Sorry, New York Times alert. Wisconsin primary is postponed.
That makes sense. So at the time of recording, Wisconsin was still going to hold their presidential... That was a critical hit. Oh my. They were still going to hold their presidential primary tomorrow. But, you know, that just... You want to put it back to sleep?
Yes.
That just seems like a recipe for getting a lot of people sick.
Yeah.
Man, I really hope the primaries turn around a bit. I don't want
There's
Joe Biden
still
to
a
win.
chance Bernie could win the primaries.
It'd be very hard,
It's a razor
but-
thin chance, but it's a chance. Want to throw a Pokeball?
Great Ball?
Yeah.
I mean, he's 200 delegates behind, and
How many
there's like 1,800 delegates left. So, like, it definitely seems possible, but god damn it. Do you want to try again? What do you want
Let's
to do?
try
here?
one more time.
Okay. By the way, speaking of
2,
politics...
3. Yay!
Oh!
We caught it.
Okay. TLDR, Boris Johnson, Prime Minister of the UK, has coronavirus and has been hospitalized.
After saying, I'm not worried about coronavirus, I'm gonna shake everyone's hands. Which
Very-
is how you get coronavirus.
Exactly. Very lazy, just eats and sleeps. As its round bulk builds, it becomes steadily more slothful. Okay, I have a nickname I want to give this thing, okay?
What?
Okay, close your eyes.
My eyes are closed.
I'm sure you're going to be very comfortable with this, okay?
Oh, God.
Here we go. Daddy.
Why?
It is Daddy. Because my dad identified with Snorlax.
Like, we have to call... The word daddy makes me so uncomfortable.
Exactly. Oops.
Just, like, as a term,
Daddy?
daddy makes me uncomfortable. Especially, like, in the hot older man kind of way. Just, like,
You don't...
I don't-
So is Snorlax Daddy?
no.
Is he Daddy material?
No. What? Why? It's a Pokemon! I mean,
Okay,
if
you've seen the
if there was
internet.
any Pokemon that was close to the quote-unquote daddy level,
Oh, I want to hear this.
it's Mr. Mime.
Oh, wait, what about Machoke? Machoke or Machamp? Is it better to have more arms?
I think Machoke and Machamp are himbos. I think Mr. Mime would be a quote-unquote daddy. I'm putting it in quotes because it makes me so uncomfortable.
That... Okay, I mean... Oh no.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my
I
god.
mean, we've got... There! Yeah, we've got good defense.
Thank God.
Okay. And... I have an opinion.
We should heal?
Let's just heal before this thing also blows up.
Yeah.
Let's just do that. Yup. Okay, so if we live by, like, less than 17... Oh, no. Hey, Shrooms does good work.
Shrooms is a tank.
Shrooms has been a very important member of our team. At least we think. We're not entirely sure it's there. We keep hallucinating, but...
So,
Fishing Guru's brother. He simply loves fishing. Take this and fish, young one. I'd rather be given a super rod than an old rod. Definitely.
ew. Well, I mean, wouldn't everybody?
But I
But
mean, if you've gotta take a rod, better super than old.
fair enough.
Daddy.
Oh no. So the thing about, like, okay, so daddy makes me uncomfortable because it has so many bad implications. At least, like,
Hey, do you want to fight that guy and get that Pokeball?
sure.
Okay.
At least, like, DILF implies that you were an adult crushing after a guy with kids and not, like, some weird father figure bullshit. Like,
You have some very complicated
'cause
relationship with Daddy.
no, like, I just hate it. It's
Yeah.
not complicated, I hate it. I think
Oh.
it's awful. And we need to, as a society, kill it.
Okay, you have complicated reasons, but, you know, Daddy might be an important member of our team.
I'm so uncomfortable with that term.
Hey, we could probably just straight up kill this
Yeah, let's kill
Magikarp
it.
with avian flu. I mean, it might take a bit, but Avian Flu would get all the experience.
That is true, which we need.
Lovely. Oh.
But...
What? It knows Tackle?
Apparently.
It can do something other than Splash? Okay, this fight just got real, people. The 2 critical tackles. This Magikarp is out for fucking blood. Can the Avian Flu bring it down first?
Oh, God.
What do you think? Weigh in. What's your... Are you still distracted
I'm still angry that you named our Snorlax Daddy.
I mean, it reminds me of my father. Isn't that sweet? 3 critical hit tackles! But the Avian Flu takes it.
God. It's like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of an equal, like, term that makes me really angry as, like, a weird...
Mommy?
That's one of them, but that's on the same plane. I'm trying to think of something a little different. I guess, like...
I mean, there aren't many individual words that...
I know. It's a very specific level of no.
Okay, is it more or less than, like, a racial slur for you? Less, right?
It's less, but...
Because you'll actually say the word.
A racial slur is one thing. Yes, if I say one word, it is the less worse of 2 words.
Yeah.
But, so, like, a racial slur, unequivocally bad to hear from the
But
recipient.
Daddy at least has some pleasant context. It does.
Also...
A little kid calling their...
Yeah, I mean, I never called my dad that word, ever. Because even as a kid, I thought it sounded stupid.
That's because it's reserved for me.
I want a divorce.
No, you don't. You love me. You love me so much. And I believe, yes.
Like, even when someone refers to us as our...
bigger.
Like, and then people will be like, oh, you're your cat's mommy and daddy. And I'm like, no.
Oh, yeah. Allie gets upset with me when I call her mommy to our cat.
Yeah, no, it makes me...
Which is, are you not her mommy?
I mean,
why are you not her
I'm
mommy?
like her cool aunt who took her in.
You have a very specific set of rules going on.
I got new rules, I got them.
I count them as the lyric. I looked this up. Dua Lipa's song lyric is, I got new rules, I
This is
count 'em."
David's favorite song right now.
For some reason, Dua Lipa's New Rules became like the song of the quarantine for me. Maybe it's because we're living under new rules about where we can go.
It's also catchy as shit, and I've been
Yes,
listening to it when I'm on the elliptical.
By the way, shall we deposit Avian Flu now and get Best Girl back?
Yes.
I think we should. And I also think, or we could get Daddy.
No.
You don't want to play with Daddy?
No. Ugh, I'm gonna throw up. I hate you.
There's the boobs still in. You know...
I'm turning green, aren't I?
Dude, listen, my dad likes Snorlax.
Yes, your dad likes Snorlax. That's
and
fine.
he is now your daddy-in-law.
No offense, Chris, but like, no. He doesn't watch this, does he?
Oh, probably not. I mean, I post them to our to my Facebook, but
I am. Oh God, I need a minute. Oh, I'm gonna throw up.
I thought it was a fun name. I like it. I think it gives us a lot to work with. Daddy gives us a lot to work with.
I'm so uncomfortable. Just.
Oh, you know what? This might be a good time for the bike.
Okay.
I can't believe we actually used an ether, by the way.
I don't think I'm trying to remember the last time I used an ether in Pokemon. In any video game.
Probably in like an Elite Four situation.
Yeah.
Do you really need a minute after Daddy?
Just Daddy is... I don't know why, but it's like, it grates at my soul that this is like a socially acceptable thing. Like, I was listening...
I mean, it is increasingly not
Well, I was
socially
listening
acceptable.
to the Good Place podcast.
Okay.
And hosted by Mark Evan Jackson, who plays Sean.
Good Place is a good show.
Good Place is a good show. You should watch it. And it was Darcy Carden who plays Janet, and the actress who plays Vicky, one of the demons.
Yeah.
Trying to explain to Mark Evan Jackson that when someone called him a daddy, it was a compliment. and he asked what it meant, and they had to walk him through it. And I just...
died a little bit inside.
I died a little inside.
Do you want to fight that? Okay, we've got no choice. Or, I mean, maybe we could have walked all the way there. But, whatever, we want to fight people.
Yeah.
Who do we have up front
Also,
right now?
there's this weird, like, infantilizing connotation to it that makes me uncomfortable.
Well, I mean...
Like I said, DILF at least implies, like, you are an adult.
Hey, that could poison us. Best girl?
Best girl.
Okay. I mean, so here's the thing. We already call people, like, baby. You know?
I don't use baby. I use babes for my friends, like my close female friends. I will call babe.
Yeah, but so,
I don't call you babe. I call you hun.
Yeah, hun is more frequent. But that being said, we actually did look up the origin of baby as like a term of endearment for your significant other.
It's complicated.
But it's not that complicated. People started using it to mean like someone silly and immature, and then, you know, of course, relationships being what they are.
And patriarchy.
But, I mean, baby goes both ways, though.
But it's like, oh, baby.
Yeah,
oh, baby.
But I'm sorry, have you not met women who treat their husbands like that?
No, I not personally, but I've seen it.
Both ways. It very much goes
But
both
I'm talking
ways.
about like in the 50s, like...
This was way before the 50s, though. Okay, accidentally fought this person. But, this started out in, like, the 1800s, I think.
Yeah, when women had so many rights.
I know, but it's gender neutral. It is.
But anyway, so that's how it evolved to now.
So, you know, you're calling your significant other baby as, like, a joke. Like, oh, you're being silly, you're being immature. It eventually evolved into, you know, pure form of endearment.
The only time I will allow daddy to be used in a sentence is Daddy Pence come dance, which was the chant at the protest rave outside of Mike Pence's house. There was an LGBTQ rave on Mike Pence's lawn, and it was awesome.
Yep.
And
they said Daddy Pence come dance.
They said Daddy Pence come dance, and then there's this great photo that I want to find and frame of this his neighbor, like his adjacent neighbor, this like older woman, very classy looking woman in a fur coat, holding a martini and just smiling. Like, yes, my children rise. But that is the only time I will allow the word daddy to be used.
Well, it is interesting how, just thinking of politicians, how they've been handling coronavirus. How's that for a hard turn?
I was gonna say, wow.
Well, just thinking of Pence got me thinking of, like, DeSantis, the governor of Florida, who they've 1 in 5 Floridians is, like, over 60. So, very much in the danger zone for coronavirus.
Was he the one who said, oh, we didn't know that coronavirus was transmitted without symptoms, or was that the Alabama governor?
I think that was the governor of Georgia, who said that, we didn't know that people without symptoms were transmitting it.
Why do you think we're doing this, world?
Yeah.
Because we knew that for months.
I mean, some governors have held off, like, very, very hard against...
Shelter in place.
Yeah, against ordering people to not go out. And listen, I get it. The economy is important. But you need to be able to figure out when it's not the most important thing. And the governors who held off too long because of the economy, those are people who care more about
money than
numbers than people.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. Not just money, like, they care about their approval ratings more than people. Thunderbolt. Which, I don't know. Like, you've got to be kind of calculating, at least, to be a politician. You know?
I could never be a politician. I get too angry, and...
But...
I would just, like, try to bring down... I would be like Ron Swanson, but instead of a libertarian, I'd be an anarchist.
So, but the thing is, like, every decision you make in politics, in government, is going to piss someone off, is gonna hurt someone.
Yes, but you should make your decisions based on the people you serve.
Well,
and not your wallet or your approval rating.
So that's absolutely true, but here's the thing. This is the hard truth. You are going to have to make some decisions where you know a few people will die, but the alternative is actually worse.
Yes.
That is a thing that people have to decide.
The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
Well, something like that, but there's always going to be a balancing act. Like, this is something that car manufacturers have to deal with. Okay, people need cars. People need to be able to get out and drive and go places. But people get into car crashes. What is an acceptable level of, like, potential car crash fatality to have cars be an acceptable mode of transportation?
Well, I mean, turning on that point, there are car companies who, when they discover a defect in their car, will weigh the cost of recall versus the cost of lawsuits of people dying, and often the lawsuits are cheaper, so they'll just let people drive defective cars.
How many of these people do you want to fight?
I mean, in the auto industry, so many, but let's not fight the Shining Twins, let's fight Ponytail Girl.
Okay, sure. Does anyone need healing? Not really.
No, we're okay.
And, you know what? I'm digging giving Voldemort some stuff to do.
Yeah.
I'm feeling that. He, in his round fury, can Avada Kedavra a lot of these things away. Where we're fighting a lot of birds and a lot of water types. Voldemort's good here.
Yes. Voldemort's getting the time to shine.
I mean, he already got that in Rock Tunnel with Flash, but...
Yeah.
Can you imagine Voldemort just coming up and flashing you? Think he's freeballing it underneath the robes?
I hate you.
Ballin', get it? Because he's round?
I got it!
Daddy.
Oh, God.
If we don't have an episode tomorrow, start
you know what it's
investigating
like?
to make sure that Allie didn't murder me.
It's the same level of hatred in my soul as preggers.
Really?
Yes.
The
When people say preggers.
You have very arbitrary rules.
I'm aware
for
they're
language.
arbitrary and stupid, but that's how my brain is wired, and I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, you are a thinking, functioning human being.
Just say pregnant! It's the same amount of syllables! Why are you saying preggers?
Because you want to be cute.
No!
It involves a baby, so it's cute. And you know what? That baby has got to have a daddy. Hey, I actually want to use another ether.
Okay.
We're out of Thunderbolts.
Sure.
And Voldemort, as we have said, needs the levels. So let's do it.
Yeah.
Thunderbolt or heal?
Thunderbolt.
Or self-destruct?
We're not self-destructing.
Yeah, that's unnecessary. Most unnecessary. Free ballin'.
Does that make Professor Oak a gilf?
A grandpa I'd like to fuck? That depends. Would you like to fuck him?
No, but Ash's mom certainly does.
So, to her, he is a gilf. To you, he is a...
8-bit character?
Gilf. A grandpa I'd like not to fuck. Gilf. Words! Aren't acronyms fun?
We should call Urban Dictionary.
Oh, is this our first time seeing the Firo sprite?
I think so.
What do you think of that?
It looks like it's wearing a very fabulous shawl.
It does, doesn't it?
Like a Cruella de Vil kind of thing, yeah?
You want to... Fuck this Fury attack.
Thanks, you.
Yeah, okay. You want to hear a weird theory I have about Gen 1?
Sure.
Okay, so, in Gen 1, there are 3 normal flying types, okay? Lines, I should say.
Spearow, Pidgey, and...
And Doduo.
Oh, right, Doduo.
So, and there are also 3 legendary birds.
What is Doduo evolving to?
Dodrio.
Right.
How did you not... How?
I forgot that Dodrio...
Did Daddy break your brain? So anyway, my theory. Okay, so if you look at Articuno,
Uncomfortable.
you see it's got like a similar body type to Pidgeot, and it's got like a similar crest thing on its head.
But it's blue.
And very similar eyes. Okay? Mm-hmm. And then if you look at Fearow, it's basically the same body type as Moltres.
Yes.
And it's got the same beak. And again, similar eyes. But,
What about Zapdos?
well, Zapdos has the same eyes as Dodrio, and both of them have very spiky feathers. But, here's the thing, okay?
Okay.
I think that's a stretch.
So what's your hypothesis
Well,
here?
so my hypothesis is that the legendary birds are basically like morphed final evolution birds from around the Kanto region.
Okay, that makes sense.
But
What about Ho-Oh?
so that's in Johto. That's a different bird. But
I thought I was being so clever. Pokemon Johto.
But so I did think, okay, the Zapdos Dodrio comparison is a bit of a stretch. They're both spiky, they've got similar eyes and similar beaks, but that does feel like I'm pushing it. And then Galarian Zapdos came out. And like Dodrio, it's like a running bird.
Yeah.
I think I am onto something here.
You could be on something. When does DLC for Sword and Shield come out?
I think June? Honestly, I think if they as a company are able to get it out sooner, I think they should. Like, I don't want them to rush it.
Well, I mean, Animal Crossing did just come out, so I
Yeah.
think they want to wait until that's at least...
I mean, but they've got a captive audience anyway now, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, if you're gonna release video games, now's the time.
Oh, I read this great article.
And, by the way, do you want to skip fighting these guys?
Yes, I do.
For the moment? Okay.
I read this great
I
article
wanna get
about
us to Fuchsia City.
the new
That's what I will
streaming
prioritize.
service, Quibi.
Yeah.
That's like 10-minute videos, and it was designed for people to watch on like their quick commutes, or you know, like in pauses in their day when they don't have a ton of time. And now everyone's got nothing but time. So it's like simultaneously the best and the worst time to launch this platform.
Interesting choice. Oh, see, so this is a new route, and if we hadn't evolved Avian Flu, we'd have to catch this. But I think... Oh. Or we wouldn't have been able to catch that. But, you know, if we find something on this first outing, great. If not, we can just come back. Ditto! So that is a 5% catch. Oh no. Let's not put Voltimort in.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Because it will copy...
It'll self-destruct.
Yeah, okay. Who do we put in? How about, Best Girl?
Yes, let's do Best Girl.
Okay.
Oh my god, that would be so bad. Can you imagine?
It copying self-destruct. Oh. That would have been a bit much. Okay, do you want a body slam?
Yeah, let's body slam it.
Okay. I forget how Ditto's stat changes work.
Tackle?
Oh, oops.
It's okay. We're okay.
Okay. Okay.
You want to throw a...
Great Ball?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a little bit worried, but I think we got it. Oh, or not. How about heal?
Yeah, let's heal.
Okay.
God. Detective Pikachu had some very unfortunate implications about Ditto.
Where are... There we go. For a second,
I'm
I
like,
was
are we
worried
out
we'd
of super
used all
potions?
them. Yeah. But the way they used Ditto in that movie, I thought was actually kind of brilliant.
Oh, it was brilliant, but had implications about the intelligence of a Ditto.
How about Scratch?
Yeah, sure.
I would like to not kill this thing. Great Ball?
Great Ball.
Come on.
One. Damn it!
Okay, I think we can throw another. At a certain point, maybe we put in Quasimodo to put it to sleep. You want to do that?
Let's do that. Especially now that... Ooh, boy.
Okay. So...
Go to sleep, Pokemon, so we can capture and enslave you.
I mean, that they're our friends. Or in some cases, our daddy. So that body slam just did a lot. Do you want to heal?
Yes. What was that? Cuddling your Machamp, adorable.
No.
Or your Machoke, adorable.
No, not adorable. Cuddling, like, your Eevee.
Oh.
Adorable. Your Pikachu, adorable. Cuddling your Machoke. Not adorable.
Oh, God.
Sleep powder?
Sleep powder.
Okay. Don't crit. Okay. Work. Okay. Now here's the question.
Want to heal first?
Do we heal first?
I think we should heal first.
Okay.
Just in case.
Okay.
Pokeball.
Right. Yes, that. Okay,
Please,
come on.
One.
Get in the...
Damn it!
What is up with this thing? Why is
If we use all of our Great Balls on this.
Why is it giving us so much trouble?
1, 2, 3.
There we go! Okay.
Alright, so what do we want to name Ditto?
I have an idea.
What?
What she said.
Why?
Because it's like copying and repeating. Ditto. What she said.
We don't have to Photoshop that though.
That's
what
a good
about
point.
like Mystique?
Okay. Sure, I like
Shapeshifter.
X-Men. Let's see if we've got the space for it.
T-I-Q-U-E.
Yep. Yeah, we do. I should have been able to count that in my head. But numbers. Okay, there we go. We now have a Ditto.
That's
if we want
exciting.
one. You know, if we want to be like oddly clever about it, we could train it up and then use it against Lance.
We could.
Oh, hey, have we caught 50? Have we? Oh,
33.
Oh, only 33? God, so that's basically the EXP share. I think you can turn it on and off. Man, only 33.
Took a while to go. By the time we capture 50
Yeah.
at this point, we'll have beaten the game.
I hope not. But actually, now that we're in Fuchsia City, if I am correct, we've got a few options.
Okay.
So first off, let's not go to the Pokemon Center just yet.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
Although, man, it'll be annoying to travel out of here and then come back. But let's not just yet. But I believe there's some interesting stuff in these houses. Safari Zone.
Oh, is the Safari Zone in Fuchsia City?
Yeah, the Safari Zone is here.
That's cool.
So, actually, I had a specific... a specific rule in mind for the Safari Zone, okay? So, like in most games, the Safari Zone has multiple areas, and each of those is going to count as like their own potential catch. So you go into one Safari Zone area, great. And here we go. Now we've got the Good Rod, and we'll be able, next time, to get quite a variety of water-type Pokemon.
Cool.
Oh, and we could probably fish around here. I guess that house doesn't have a back door. So that's going to give us a lot of options. But here's my idea for the rule for the Safari Zone, okay? Because it's sort of weird. I think that if we can't catch anything in any of the zones, if they all run away from us, that it resets and we get to start over.
Okay, but...
What do you think of...
I think we are allowed to try to catch Pokemon in each zone, but once we catch one, that's it. No?
No, we get to catch... We get to try to catch one in each zone.
I don't know how this
But then if
works.
we get... Well, so this is why I'm proposing this rule. Because I've watched Nuzlocke where, you get all excited about the Safari Zone and think, oh, you can catch cool stuff, you can see cool stuff. And then the person doesn't get anything. And that seems like a bit of a bummer to me.
Especially since it's my first time playing this game.
So I say, if we get one thing in anywhere, the thing won't reset. Mm-hmm. But if we go to all 4 zones, I think there are 4 zones, and get nothing in all of them, then it resets and we get to try them all again.
Okay.
But we'll leave that up to viewers. See if they think it's if it's a good rule, if it'll lead to entertaining things, or if it's too cheap. But we really want you to weigh in on this, so let us know.
Yes, please.
And by the way... Huh?
What? What?
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it?
Is that something that's going to be explained later, or no?
Do you want me to just tell you?
Yeah.
He's missing his teeth.
Oh.
They are into the Safari Zone.
That's cute.
Yeah. And also, I think you
And
can
a little
get...
unsanitary, but cute.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna have to go and touch his teeth and the mucus and no! But, I think we will do that and also figure out where the Surf HM is. Next time on Couples Counseling plays Pokemon Blue Nuzlocke Corona Quarantine Edition.
Stay safe, guys.
Like and subscribe, and please do weigh in on what you think of our Safari Zone rule.
And please wash your hands.
Yes. But if you don't like that rule, we won't do it. Let us know if you like it.
Bye.
Bye.